All right, so what do you do when you got a car from the junkyard, the budget of a 20-year-old, and an itch to go drag racing? The only logical answer is to say to hell with it and challenge another channel to a junkyard build-off and drag race. All right, so if you haven't been following along with the competition, let me get you up to speed. About 3 months ago, I had this wild idea to challenge Jonny Mopar in a $3,000 budget build-off and drag race. The premise of it was you had to buy a car, build a car, and race a car for under $3,000. So we had found this 1968 Dodge Dart at a junkyard next to my workplace, bought it for $2,000, only had $1,000 left, so we decided to stick with the 318 Magnum that it had in it. First place we went to was a junkyard, picked up an 8.8 with a 410 LSD from a Ford Explorer. Then we took that stock camshaft to Crowder Cams, had them regrind it, got to see the whole process. Make sure you check out that video. We also rebuilt the Holley carburetor they had on it, picked up an eBay turbo, and poured it and polished the heads. All leading up to this moment 72 hours before the race. All right, y'all, I'm about 3 days out, and Johnny's doing burnouts while I'm on jack stands with no suspension. I haven't even assembled the engine yet. It's time to kick it into high gear. Kit that I got on Amazon was actually a head gasket kit. It was like I think $100, of course, made in China. So I continued working throughout the night. Stopped filming right after getting that cam in, mainly because it was getting dark. Every other word in my mouth was a swear word, and even got a casualty. Razor blade straight through the thumb. Forgot just how much of a pain in the ass that the timing cover gasket is to remove. So I had to take a razor blade and just scrape it. It took about an hour before I can get it on. So this is where the engine sits at right now. Timing cover, water pump, that's all back on. That cam bolt that holds the sprocket in the cam right there, that's called for 50 foot-pounds, but I have snapped those in the past and it has completely ruined my day. So I went a little bit shy on that. I torqued that to about 40 foot-pounds. Still feels really good and firm. I'm not too worried about it at all. And then I had a heart attack when I realized that I forgot to put the lifters into the bores before the heads. Now, thankfully, whoever back at Chrysler, when they were designing this, gave us enough space to where you can get the lifter in with the head on. So if you ever get in a situation where you torque your heads down, you forgot the lifters, or you just want to pull the lifters without taking the heads off, there is enough space. Remember, this is the roller cam, so these are roller lifters, a little bit longer than the flat tabbets, but they did fit just barely. Took a little bit of maneuvering, had to push the gasket up a little bit, but no problem. So this is where it's at today. I'm gonna go ahead and finish rebuilding this 318, at least the top end. Hopefully we can hear some music coming out of her later today. All right, I'm not gonna lie. If I wasn't already, I am feeling the pressure of this competition. You know, that seed in the back of my head that I may not get this thing running before the race is just growing. And here I am 2 days out. I'm just entering into that blind work mode, you know, where you stop eating, you're not thinking about sleep or rest or even water. where you just start tackling task by task. I know you've been there. This is where I'm at right now. I'm just that last strive to get this thing done. All right, at this point, I've got a majority of the 318 put back together. Still got to get some accessories, a couple things like that. Gonna be waiting on some radiator hoses. Still be able to fire it up, but not gonna be able to run it for too long because I'm not gonna have the hoses. One of the things you'll notice on that engine is it's got a brand new ignition coil. Check it out. Had to run to AutoZone, get this bad boy. It's about 42 bucks. Did not want to make that purchase as I am already over budget, but I found on the stock one, had a big crack going through the face, as you can see here. Was leaking a bunch of the dielectric grease out of it. So this is junk. Gotta toss that. Yeah, so with the budget already being over, I'm not gonna get that turbo in here. You can see I've got the oil drain back already in the valve cover. Turbo is gonna sit right here, drain down here, taking the oil supply from the pressure point, or the gauge point, but that's gonna have to be for after the race. Now I still plan on doing that. I've already got the housing made to sit underneath the carb. Remember, I'm doing a draw through with that turbo setup, but for the race, I've gotta make sure I can go down the track, and it looks like I'm only gonna be able to go down with the 318s powered by itself. Still not to worry, I still think we've got a pretty good chance as we're so much lighter than Jonny Mopar's car. So I think we've definitely got our hands full, but it'll be fun. So we'll see. Now I pushed through till about 2:30 in the morning. Thankfully, the car gods were shining light on me. I was able to get most of that engine put back together, even found those radiator hoses. Of course, this all means nothing if I can't get that front suspension done. All right, now I plan to push out a video just dedicated to this drum to disc brake conversion. So please stay tuned for that. And if you're not already, please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. It means a lot. See leaks? Drip. Stop. Stop. Hit the fuel now. We got tons of fuel at the moment. Oh wait, we don't have an ignition coil. Yep. Go ahead, you can put it on.
As soon as you're ready.
Yep, go ahead.
There you go.
Again. We're not going to start because it just... So it's morning of the race day. We're not running. And the problem is this freaking carburetor. These two bolts here on the back float are stripped out, so it holds the metering plate, everything in place. So it's just dumping fuel everywhere. We got an issue with the front bolt, or the front bowl here, just flooding the engine. We even tried to use this tool here to clamp it together. It's just not happening. So we want to run. We're not going to try to use this. It's not going to work. So we're going to go buy a new carb. It's going to be over budget, but we want to get down the strip. So that's where we're at. All right, now I wish the carb was the only issue we were having that morning, but y'all know how this works. You know, I had to weld the post on for the door so we could actually get it to fully close. We had to bleed the brakes. Master cylinder was leaking all in the cab. The distributor was 180 degrees out, which happens every single time I put together one of these engines. But thankfully, if you're a Mopar person, you'll know this. All you gotta do is lift the distributor, turn the shaft 180, plop it back in. It's really easy to do, but still time consuming. And we also had to replace the alternator because I put the wrong one in, stupid mistake. And as soon as we connected it, it started smoking the harness. So got all those corrected, got our new Edelbrock 1406 carb from AutoZone, and we tackled it again.
Yeah, we'll do this to death. Okay, we're good.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Forward again. Going again. Woo! We're about an hour away from the track, so after a quick tune by ear, it was off for a trip around the block on its maiden voyage. Meanwhile, Mr. Jonny Mopar is already en route to the racetrack. After tossing all of our stuff in the back of the truck, we were finally on the road with a running and driving car. Couldn't believe it. With an hour to spare, we arrive at Verona and stage in the pits right next to Jonny Mopar and the Motley crew.
All you gotta do is go one. You only got one other choice.
Right.
Shaft a little bit, put it back in.
And it actually started right up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, pull it up.
Dropped it right back in, did a little, this kind of timing.
Yeah.
So right when we pull up, I start noticing Johnny's setup, and damn, they got tables and chairs. They even got spare parts. We didn't even have a spare hose clamp. But that wasn't stopping us there. We had a running and driving car, pulled it off the trailer, and prepped for tech.
Got the cars doing a stare down. Yeah!
All right, sir. I challenged you 3 months ago for lane choice. You want to go ahead and call it?
Sure. Heads. Heads.
It is heads.
All right. We'll go left lane.
Sounds good. Go right lane. All right.
Go.
So right after the coin toss, Johnny walks over to his car to prep it for the race, and I see this. Yep, you guessed it. Forgot that too. What tire pressure was I running? Whatever the last owner was running with his Fox body. That's the answer to that one. Now remember, with budget being a major factor in this challenge, we had penalties for those of us that would breach that $3,000 budget. This is where the Sorta Stock Mopars team landed. Now the first column shows the remaining budget after the purchase. Second column is the price of the actual part. Did a pretty good job and even sold some stock components to get some credit back for the budget. However, that last minute carburetor purchase put us $390 over, which is a 10th handicap on our ET. Having purchased the Belvedere for only $1,000, Jonny Mopar and the team actually had $350 left at the end of their budget. Now the first team to 3 wins takes home the entire competition, as well as the other team's trophy. Here's pass number 1.
From what I understand, Jeremy fired the car for the first time yesterday, so they have not been on the road, they have not run down the track. All brand new. The Dodd and the Belvedere.
you do.
That was an easy win.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Did good.
Is it below 10? Yeah! Yeah, I'll take it. Woo! Thanks.
Look at the toe on that tire.
Yeah, I know. It's still running! It's still running! Yeah! Hey, you were on it the whole way, huh? Oh, man! Yeah! Woo!
All right. Yeah. It's all part of the plan.
You guys ready for round two?
We're ready.
What's the strategy?
Well, we can't give
Just do what you did last time,
Yeah, I mean, it worked last time.
dude. I was impressed.
We
I was
felt really
impressed.
good off the line. It was obviously
Yeah,
couldn't keep going, but
Yeah.
we think with the fact that he swapped over to 391s looking for the nitrous hit, and we went with 410s, and now that we don't have the turbo yet because we couldn't get in the budget, I think it's giving us that advantage on the line. So
deal.
whether we can nail our reaction time, launch hard on them,
I say you just
think that's-
do whatever you did last time, man.
yeah,
I think it's going to be a good race. I think
yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah. So pretty exciting stuff, man.
Yeah. Next we've got my father here, Jason. And
Oh yeah, you guys are team.
team racing.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah, team racing. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so his reaction time could be, he's an old man.
Oh, Lord. Hopefully it'll be better.
Push the
than his.
gas!
It will be. It will be.
It's the one on the right!
It will be.
You want him to win, though, right?
It will
Yeah, I
be.
know.
So
Yeah.
awesome.
And I
The-
am part of your lineage.
The main question is everybody having fun?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because that's what this is about, man.
Exactly.
This is I mean, it's all, competition, but at the end of the day, we having fun.
We will be honest,
so-
though, our knuckles still do hurt. 'Cause at 10 o'clock, 4 hours before we left, he had to go run and get a carburetor from AutoZone.
Yeah.
We were not cars and a half, so.
Dude, that's how it was when I went to duct tape last year.
Yeah.
I was literally installing a transmission, 3 a.m. the day of the race. I live in Phoenix. I had to drive to Tucson, too.
Oh, yeah.
The first time I'd ever had the car out of my garage and it went down the track. Dude, it's crazy. I try not to. No, I try not to live like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? If somebody says, "Hey, dude, be at the track in 30 days or 90 days," I'll be like, "I'll see you in 6 months." I'm the guy that needs 6 months.
We
You
plan on
know,
going to
so
duct tape, and when
yeah.
we go to duct tape, that turbo, since we don't have a budget, it's
Awesome.
going to be there.
Awesome.
If this lives for the next few passes, the turbo will be on.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, good deal, man. Well, congratulations on number 1, dude.
Yeah, thanks.
2 more to go. Johnny's got 3 more to go. So, his distributor head.
twisted off?
Yeah, it's just
We
twisted
did.
off. Yeah. So.
Still running, we can fire it up or down the base if you guys keep it already. That's where we're now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Do you have a time you want to put as like it's just not going to happen?
All right, and the last pairing of the dial of 656.
Now, I wish I could cut straight to run number 2. However, problems were not over for the Belvedere.
All right, guys. So we put a bolt in the oil pump to add spring pressure. It added a little bit too much. We had 100 psi. So now we're taking the bolt out, and we're gonna go from there.
With a 908 is their first.
This is Chris.
Hi.
These are cheese fries.
There was a bolt here.
Do whatever you want.
Johnny,
We
what?
got the Tramic, we got the Dana.
What do you got there?
Let's
That's
do
the,
this.
that's the trophy.
That's the trophy.
I mean, if we really want to do that, we got to just sit in the
Oh,
shop.
that's the valve cover signed by all those guys.
Yep. Cool. Everybody. We got
Kevin
Chris Bird song
Cruz
on
with a
there.
963 will get there first
We
with
got all
a
of us that signed
much
it.
better reaction time than Davis,
Let's see.
as Osborne and Astoria.
But when it gets in there,
Your next pairing, Infinity and
coil
Ford.
over suspension.
Just one, Johnny? Just one. That's all we got.
One gold valve cover.
One gold valve cover.
Cool. Signatures on it.
Remember, you posted the video about it.
Yeah, go to the videos.
And a good race, who's getting their first? The Ford will get their first Osborne with an 899 just under 9 seconds.
Hey, man.
Well, appreciate you guys coming out and winning.
I
just wish it would have been at least one
everybody's
big pass.
effort.
Yeah.
'Cause it took a lot of effort from all of
Dennis
us being
Zhang
here.
Yeah.
and Jimmy Lopez.
We're gonna bypass the electric fuel pump and just connect and bypass the mechanical. Just see if
You have a mechanical? Was that fuel though?
Maybe.
We put an electric fuel pump. We left the
It just
mechanical
seems
on
to
there.
think it's starved for fuel, so.
Another good race, right lane. Lopez with the W. Gambler semi to the lane. Gambler semi to the lane.
Did you confirm duct tape though? You guys were going?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I mean, I don't have any like fixed up. It's just I'm gonna go. And I haven't had any hard plans or set any dates, but it'd be a good place to rematch.
Sure would.
Yeah.
Sure would. Yeah, I definitely plan to go.
Left
I plan to
lane.
bring that.
Mopar.
The turbo finally, because I really want to see that.
And the roll cage,
And
and
the
the
roll
right
cage,
seats, and the
seat,
stuff that we
yeah.
wanted to get done.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
stuff that's like 90% finished.
Well, and I
And a
wanted.
new fuel tank so we're not dripping the gas everywhere.
Yeah. No, we got a leak too. We got to fix. But I wanted to. I would have liked to have made sure everything was good without nitrous.
You can leave the charger. Get rid
I'm
of it.
afraid to run nitrous the way it's running right now. So I want to dial it in, get the motor running good before we kick in the nitrous.
I was seeing that.
Yeah, because after all, it does cost.
Yeah.
You know what'd be cool?
Yeah.
Just talking,
Yeah.
Just
put a
what-
nice
just what
Mopar
the
on and then
oil
put a nice
man, or
I just don't want to burn off all the ink.
Yeah.
Or the sticker would eventually start peeling off.
I did put tape over all the signature slips.
I was gonna say,
John
clear?
and Mark
It's like
once
package
again.
tape.
Nice.
Welder Up is on there. What's his name? John Blank.
Yeah.
Signed it. Chris Herzog's on there. We got Rob Wolf from Mopar Collector's Guide on there. And all of us signed it. And a couple other friends. All right, man.
Sounds like there needs to be a
Thank
rematch.
you. Yeah, there is.
Jim Boba fills the right lane, the 67 Ford GT.
I know.
And
Back to 3
Jason
months.
Fish alongside from Lakeside in the 07 Mustang.
Too in depth, and it's some small.
Yeah, maybe you could actually make your stuff right this time.
Yeah. I'm going to try that next time.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
You were enjoying the burnouts early on.
I used it all up during those burnouts. Shit.
She did some good burnouts.
Sounded really good.
She even did a good one here.
Way better than that burnout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh, well, here we go.
When I saw that, I was like, oh.
Here goes nothing.
I was really worried right from then.
Hey, that's drag racing, man. You just
Yeah.
got to make the trip.
Yep.
Whoever makes the trip wins.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that's really what it boils down to almost in every class racing out there.
692.
Yep.
692
So you ended
Borba.
up putting the big
Hey,
one
Yeah, so
Gambler
I was
Semi,
like,
you
dude,
should be in
he's
the
trying to trick me. He's
lane.
gonna throw the 7-inch slicks on.
Gambler Semi, you should be in the lane.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about. We caught him with tread.
yeah.
Gambler to the lane,
They
please.
were big.
I was actually gonna be
Running
on
out of
video.
time. Gambler
Sevens,
to the
'cause I
lane.
thought that's where we're gonna go, and then Dennis came over like, I don't know, next day or next weekend or whatever. So we took the bottle jack to it, started spreading the wheel wells, and then rolling all the lips and everything to get the tires to fit. Because that, when I did that test drive, that tire rubbed on the inside,
And a
wore off some of
610,
the hoosier.
610 Ferguson.
So
610.
yeah,
Cut him. I cut
Gambler Semi, we gotta move along, move it along. Gambler
I
Semi.
think I'll be alright.
We gotta get the Semi and the
yeah,
final
so next
in
video you'll see
in the next
that
18
getting
minutes.
spread.
Gambler Semi, you're up.
Yeah.
Right on.
Well, I thought that one would be kind of cool to hold off on until after you saw. I was thinking maybe I could get it during the week, you know, like just before, but there's no time. We worked on it all until yesterday.
Like I said, too, we'll get the footage together. We filmed here too.
Yeah.
Send it over.
Yeah, and
We'll
I'll
talk about
just-
when you want to post. Whenever we're done.
Barry Harefield
Want to try to
and
post at the
the
same time?
Hellcat.
That'd be cool.
All right,
Same
so
time.
yeah.
Right
All right, I'll
They got
do the
both
same. I'll
angles.
gather
and
everything.
Osborne
Ruben was collecting
and
some footage and those guys,
F-150.
so I'll gather everything up. Probably put it on a disc, like you said, and then
Yeah, I'll just.
I'll
Oh,
probably
no,
just.
don't give it to me in a disc. I don't have a disc player.
I mean,
give it to me in a USB.
thumb drive, something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, good on you guys for doing this little thing. It's actually really a good idea. No, I think it is. It's a great idea. It's just, it's a lot. I mean, you don't know.
740,
If
740
I could offer
Harefield.
something, but if you could post along, I'm going to do that now.
Okay, yeah.
Gambler to the lane. Gambler. You're up next.
Thanks, man.
Hey, nice meeting you, Johnny.
You know, the ending didn't play out the way either of us had hoped for. But hey, that's what happens when you're working with such a tight budget. Now that the gloves are off, round 2 is going to be held at the Duct Tape Drags in Tucson, Arizona. I want to give a huge shout out to Ruben from Muscle City Madness, Derek from Desert Mopars, and Isaiah and Nick for shooting all that footage during the race day. You know, it would have been impossible for both teams to try to focus all their attention on the cars and get all those shots. So thank you guys for making that day happen. And to all the viewers and subscribers who've been following since day one, you know, thank you for the support. I promised you guys an eBay Turbo for that 318, and I'm gonna deliver. Duct Tape Drags is 3 months away, so I've got to get moving quick because I want to make sure I've got no issues come race day.